Afternoon, guys. Fitpocalypse here, presenting to you another option for the apocalypse, the Sig P320 Compact. Now, the 320 just won a military contract as the next-gen pistol system. So, we figure it's going to have a bunch of parts and pieces coming out on the market. It's been out now since 2018, 2019, so a couple years. Last I saw, they estimated almost 2 million units of these sold, anywhere from the AXG Legion to the X5 Legion, the 45, the 9mm. It seems to be an up-and-coming working pistol. Law enforcement's using it nowadays, certain agencies, things of that nature. But overall, the wife thought it felt good in the hand, and that's what matters, especially for women, because if it feels good in the hand and they're willing to carry it and hold it, they're more apt to use it, they're more apt to have it on them daily. So I'm going to go through, we're going to break this down, give it a quick cleaning, make sure that it's all nice and tuned and maintained. She doesn't shoot anywhere near as much as I do, so this should be quick. Okay? First thing we're going to do, again, make clear. We're going to take this tab here, after we've locked it to the rear, we're going to rotate it down and around, like that. You can kind of see where it just has this big little notch right there, just rotates around. We're then going to let it slide forward. Unlike the Glock, you do not have to pull the trigger on this. You can already see it's out of battery right there. You just slide it off, okay? And just like a Glock recoil spring, and pick that up. These recoil springs, especially on the compact ones, are a little finicky because they're oblong shaped, kind of an oval. You want to make sure that it sits like this inside the pistol, like that, when you reattach it. Having it sideways, having it cockeyed, it's going to kind of just throw it in the hink. You want it vertical, or at least long ways vertical. Okay, we're gonna pull the barrel out. Again, this is actually extremely clean. Just give it a quick brushing more than anything else. Make sure we get just kind of the dust and the dirt out. Like I said, women don't carry as often as men. It's not in their nature to be protectors. It's not in their nature to be, you know, fighters. That's what we are for, men. We fight wars, we built empires, conquered lands. That's what men did. And men did it for women, trust me. Alexander the Great didn't conquer most of Europe and Asia without Cleopatra right there behind him, ready to give him some. Anyway, slide. Barrel looks extremely good, my goodness. I do need to take the wife out to shoot more. Quick run through. Yeah, again, guys, this was super clean initially. It'll be a short video. That's all we're looking for. Give it a good wipe down. I will show you, however, a nifty little trick with the 320 lineup. They have what's called a fire control unit. This meaning that you can adjust grip size, slide size, caliber even, depending on the fire control unit, overall size. So, that same tab right here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of push in on this side. You got the little hole there. We're gonna push it in and pull on the tab at the same time. It's gonna slide straight out, okay? It's gonna have a little bit of a catch right in there. You can kind of see where it presses up against it and it's tapered on the front end. Right there, a little taper. We're just gonna kind of rotate it around. Yep, pull it right out, just like that. And then the nifty part, the fire control unit, which is the entire interior, we're going to just give a little push off the trigger, and it lifts right out. You can adjust this. You can go bigger grips, smaller grips, thinner grips, funky grips, extra stippled grips. But this is your fire control unit right here. Simple, self-contained. So just make sure you're not pulling pins, pulling springs, anything else like that. It does make it for real easy cleaning though. Just Give it a good little wipe down. Again, just kind of getting the dust and the fur bunnies off there. We live with now 2 dogs, some cats, 2 cats. Just give it a little wipe down. Call it good. And again, the 320 was world renowned right now for having problems with their Gen 1s, Gen 2s-ish, I don't remember how far back it goes. Anything pretty much made before 2019 had a drop safety problem. Now, everything I've seen, Grand Thumb did a big one on it using pulled bullets, just had the primer, no powder, no bullet itself. All the drop safety stuff kind of seems to have been solved. But if this is a concern for you, don't get the firearm. Simple as that, guys. It's not about being a shill for one company or another. It's not about, you know, who's best at this and who's best at that. Most manufacturing and machining processes are pretty refined for the sake of it's going to be pretty much almost identical. Modern technology, modern milling, machining, it's going to handle pretty well. So after wiping this down, cleaning it up, here's what I've done. You have this little recess right here, this shelf, that's going to go into the very back of the firearm grip module, as they call it. So I'm going to set this back, and I'm actually going to push in on the trigger there, so I can, you know, slide into the trigger hole. Push that back, run it, push it down, make sure she's firm down in there, push all the way back. Hole should line up, and I'm going to make sure, you know, left to right. Insert the retention pin. And again, this is where that taper end right there is going to come in handy, because you have a little notch right in here, or a little bar with a notch. That's going to help you push that in a specific spot. So I'm going to push in, pushes all the way forward, line it up some more. And at this point, it kind of comes in like this, a little bit upside down. What I then do is I then run it forward where it's flat and give it a good solid press in. It should be flush on this side here. Should be flush on this side here. And then to open it back up, I'm going to rotate that around. Again, I'm going to make sure our slide's ready to go. Barrel, slide, insert, guide rod, and this is the part, again, you want to make sure that your guide rod is pretty much vertical, like that. Anything else, if it's cattywampus, it's going to be off. You might see it if I don't get it lined up the first time, which I almost never do. But line it all up. Then in regards to lubrication too, same as the Glock, same as the 1911, any kind of metal on metal contact. A little bit of frog lube is what I'm using just today. Squirt bottle, makes it easy. Give a little bit right on the sear spring, just a little boop, right along each side where I'm gonna have on metal contact. Let it run down, because it's gonna make contact on that tab there and that tab back there. So let that get all nice and lubed up. I'm gonna put a little bit too here on the sear spring, or striker spring, whatever they call it nowadays. Put a little bit of lube right there. Line it all up, pull it all the way back, and lock it to the rear, guys. Always lock them to the rear. And actually the 320 has a safety that if you just slide it back, lock it, and or, you know, lock the slide back in place and run it forward, it actually won't engage the safety sear on the inside unless it's actually locked to the rear. It's to guarantee that you have everything in alignment before then. Run that forward, it snaps in place. Run that. Give that lube a little bit of movement, distribute it evenly throughout the firearm, and then lock and load. So again, this is my wife's Sig Sauer P320. We use it because it's comfortable for her more than anything else, guys. Especially the ladies, they don't carry unless it's comfortable. If it's comfortable, they'll pack it, they'll use it. And again, just like everything else out there, train, practice, go to the range, stay fit, train hard. I'll see you guys later. Out.